It says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. You know, and the devices that they have imagined is the chip, man. You know, like the brother said, he said they have it set up where the rich are just getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, you know? But guess what? All that money that they storing up is not going to be able to save them from the judgment of the Lord, you know?
Yeah, their hope is to sell the people a new way. Okay, the capitalism didn't work. You know, people were corrupt. People were doing this, people were doing that. Our monetary policy was fucked up. Okay, so you take this chip, it's going to be a new policy. You know, we're going to protect you, we're going to keep you safe from terror, so on and so forth, man. But he's going to be taken in that trap, man. Because like the scriptures say, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction is going to come upon them. Can I finish it? Yeah, this is Job 20 verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked, and the word for wicked right there means laborer, shall come upon him. Because it's going to come a time where the laborers out here, people that labor 40-hour work week, they're going to come up against the policies of the government, man. Because the government is going to collapse, man. The
Tea Party.
Yeah, that's why you have the Tea Party.
Taxed enough already.
Yeah, that's why the scriptures say. Yeah, that's why the scriptures say they shall not regard their kings and princes, because they tried the political process. You got the Tea Party, you got the right wingers. They tried the political process, and they found out it was bullshit, man. You know?
Right.
That's why they're going to be in insurrection. They're not going to be trying to hear what their kings and their princes say. You got people calling for the assassination of Trump and assassination of these different politicians, you know?
It's okay, you can ask a question. Where you from? I know. You Boricua? Where you? Efraim, yeah. Where you from? ¿Dónde tú eres? New York. Dominicano?
You have that in New York too.
Yeah. It's the truth. We living in a time of information. You know, we living in a time where the truth is coming out.
Keep doing more research.
Right.
The truth to get it takes time.
Right, that's true. We're living in a time where time is speeding up. You know, and the scriptures talk about how knowledge shall be increased in the last days. You know, now what's happening is that, you know, hey, you see what's going on. You got Trump, you got the politicians, you got the warfare in the Middle East. All that's going to affect America as well, financially as well. You know.
Somebody else in 4 years from now.
No. We wait. Paciencia para Jesucristo. Paciencia. Necesito. Mucho necesito. All right. I said we're patient for you know, Yahawashi, man. You know, it basically means we're waiting. In Spanish, when you say paciencia, it means you're waiting. Paciencia para, you know, waiting for Yahawashi. You know, that's what we're doing, man. We got it. You know, I wonder what they were probably Manasseh though. They say he wasn't Ephraim. You know, but it's crazy because he quickly Ephraim, because a lot of Boricuas, well, you know, Boricua Puerto Ricans, you know, they synchronize with this name a lot. You know, a lot of so-called Puerto Ricans have that name Ephraim. You know, but no, he's from the Northern Kingdom. Why would he said he wasn't Boricua, right? So why he attached to Ephraim so fast? Because that's the Northern tribe. That's the head of the Northern tribe. You know, and furthermore, I was dwelling on this earlier. It's the spirit. When I was growing up, man, I thought every Spanish person was Puerto Rican, man. You know, no, you couldn't. Then I started finding out. There's one girl I seen her more recently. She was like, nah, she from Costa Rica. I said, oh, shit, I always thought she was Puerto Rican. You know, there's another girl, they was from like Venezuela and stuff. I thought they was, but we used to always call them all Puerto Ricans. But they wasn't Puerto Ricans. But it's spiritual because what? That's the head tribe, man. You know? Hey, soon, you know, Jake, they see darker faces here, so they, you know, the Northern tribe, they don't quickly attack so quickly, you know, so they thinking, especially here in this region, if you will, because in this area, You got Zebulon, you got Issachar, mostly of the northern tribe, and it's a separation between the northern tribe and the southern kingdom, man. But hey, let's get Genesis 49 and 7, man. You know, because that's why immediately I wanted to speak about Yahawashi, man. Because Yahawashi, matter of fact, from that go back to Hosea 1 and 10 as well.
This is Genesis 49 and 7. It says, "Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath."
Go to Judah. I think it's 49 and 9.
8. It says, "Judah, or Yahweh, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee."
That's right. Why? Because it's talking about Yahawashi, man. Keep going.
Yeah, it says, "Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
Right, keep going.
The scepter shall not depart from Judah."
Right, the scepter shall not depart from Judah. Who carries a scepter? The king. All right, go ahead.
"Nor a lawgiver from between his feet,
Right,
until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be."
right. It said until Shiloh come, right? That he shall be the lawgiver. Now, when you go into the word lawgiver, it's the person that does the directions or the guidance. And the Shiloh, it said until Shiloh come, the Shayalah in the Hebrew, all right, which means he whom it pertaineth. Who does it pertain? The nation of Israel. Why? Because he's our chief. He's our king. All right? And then, what else I call for? Hosea, right? Go ahead. Let's go read.
It's
Go ahead.
Hosea 1 and 10. "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power.
Right, keep going.
Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together, and appoint themselves one head."
Right. See, Judah and Israel shall be gathered and gather themselves one head. Right? It goes back to Genesis the 49th chapter, man. All right, go ahead.
"And they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of
Jeremiah 33,
Jezreel.
something like that. Go ahead.
And they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel."
Right, meaning Yahawashi Allah, representing the seed of the Most High, man. All right? That's who. Why? Because it's all about Yahawashi essentially at the end of the day, man.
Right.
You know? He's the root and get that. Revelations 22.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Bring what you got.
This is
No. Go. No, you got it? You already got it? Go ahead. If you got Revelations.
I got it.
Go ahead.
This is Revelations 22 and 16. "I, Yahawashi, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright and morning star."
The bright and morning star, the root and the offspring of David, man. Why? Because through David's seed was promised that basically the continuance of the kingdom. All right, through David's son. All right. So Yahawashi said he coming in that same lineage, man. Okay. Yeah. Let me read Isaiah. Yup.
Yeah, it is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11. It says, you want me to start at 11? It says the same thing about
Yup.
So like in verse 10, it says, "And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people."
Who's the people? It's talking about Israel again, man. The ensign is the representation of the people. Go ahead.
It says, to it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And it says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, from Egypt, from Pathros, from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea." It says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Yeah, that's talking about the Israelite foreigners, man. You know, because that was a curse that was put on our people that we would be spread throughout all of these nations. You know.
Then it say that. Keep going. I think it talked about the Commonwealth. Let's talk about the Commonwealth of Israel.
That's in Ephesians.
Okay, but I think it's going to mention that these are Israelites. Yeah, they're dispersed to Israel. Did you read that already? Oh, yeah, cut.
Yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 11 verse 12. It says, "And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth."
That's right, man. And that's what's happening, man. Keep going.
It says, and it says, "The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off."
Right, and that's why the point, man, if you're not teaching Yahawashi, you're never going to bring the nations back together. That's why let's take a look. You got ISUPK, black. Yahana. Where's the Ephraimites in the camp? Where the northern tribes at, man? All right? Great millstone, if you look at, let's deal with it for what it is. All right, look how the Most High set it up. If you spiritual, he that have eyes to see, let him see. He that ears to hear, let him hear. You got Apostle, the head Apostle Tahar, which the witness Danya Allah said that he was #1 in rank under the 7. He continued out and kept doing the work. Right? You got Apostle Tahar, he's a Levite, right? Then you got Apostle Gabar, which is a Benjamite, right? That was born in England, all right? Which is this stuff, they say it. Everyone knows it. You go into personal business, right? You bring it out. So let's use it for the spiritual aspect. You got Apostle Ricard, who's pretty much raised on the res, all right? Which is a Reubenite.
He was.
Right? So, which can relate to that aspect of life, all right? So you have that approach. Then you got Apostle Ramlab, right? Which is from the northern tribe, which is basically Ephraim, which is basically a cake unturned that can relate to that so-called look, if you will, and then you know that lingo, that approach. All right, that's covering all aspects of the nation, man, and every condition that we're in right now to deal with it accordingly, man. And you got some elders, you got other elders that are northern tribe that speak Spanish, Ephraim, Elder Sakharan, right? And you got Elder Tazadak, which is another Gadite, Elder Manatazak, another Reubenite. You got Elder Tazayawan, who's straight from he's Benjamin from Jamaica. We cover all aspects, man. And then you got the fruit on down, man. All right? You got brothers going hard in England. All right? You got brothers out there in Texas, the brothers in Holland. You got brothers, Turkish brother, all right? That's out there in England as well. Okay? You had a brother, I don't know where the brother had before he was out there in Germany. I don't know where he at now, but he still had a fruit from Germany. You got brothers out, I got brothers, Holland's not in Germany. You got brothers out there in the East Africa, Kenya. You got brothers out in South Africa. I seen GMS Australia. All right? Why? Because the scripture says what? Because through Yahawashi, there's going to be the gathering of the people from the four corners of the earth, man. Not just Jake here in America. That's why all of a sudden, he's from Africa, he's African. These niggas are stupid. Either you dumb or you stupid. Like Baby said, are we done or we finished? You know? Are you dumb or are you stupid? Yeah. Or you just playing on slow? I had a gym teacher, and I think I was like 7th grade. He'd be like, don't call anybody stupid, stupid. What are you, slow? That's how I used to talk. Mr. Castro, his name was. He's an Edomite. What are you, slow? Don't call anybody stupid, stupid. That's his favorite words. You know? That's how we looking at Jake out here, man. You know? Looking at Jake and that aspect, man. Out here and call themselves being in the truth. All right? Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Zechariah 9 verse 12. It says, turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even
Spirit.
even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee.
That's the spirit. You know, the so-called black and brown is together, man. That's spiritual, man. That's spiritual, man. They had the same shirt. They're a couple, obviously. Well, from what I can see. You know, that's the so-called black and brown. And don't nobody make more beautiful babies than black and brown. That's a fact. That's a fact. Oh yes, brother, you know you got northern, you got women in northern tribe, they make beautiful children. That's a beautiful people. When the northern and southern kingdom come together, that's a beautiful people, man. You know? Every time the so-called Hispanics and the so-called blacks get together, and that represents power, man.
The scriptures say it.
Exactly, the scripture said. And then what do they do? Esau knows it. Why? Because what are the prison industrial complex filled of? Even when you go up to Alaska and Canada, well, not Canada, and Alaska, it's filled with Gadites, man. All right? Down in Texas, all right? Down in Florida, all right? It's filled with Gadites, Reubenites, Judites, Benjamites, Ephraimites. All right? There's power in that. Go ahead.
And one thing that Esau knows is to separate and segregate the Israelites, because even Big Pun said it, just punishing blacks and Hispanics. One of his songs. But he knew, one of his songs he also had said Boricua and Monera, and then he was trying to bring those, together. Brother Pashai had put that in my perspective, and then also, seeing other things, it grew. He planted that seed, and now, I see under the other things, like he said, like I said, there was a song called Head in Hand, and he said he was just punishing blacks and Hispanics because he's seen that.
Capital punishment given by the government. Basically, they was basically saying, to keep blacks and Hispanics suppressed. Well, he was, he can't give Pun too much credit because he was wicked. When you talk to the, apostles brought it out. Like he talking about smoking ganja out of Bible paper so I can see through the eyes of, he said Christ, Job, Elijah, Jacob. He was going to fuck off. He would say some OD wicked shit. But all in all, the Boricua Morena thing, that's another thing. Remember the song? That nigga shit.
Oh, man.
He said cheese doodles, grape soda, that nigga shit. Beat my kid's ass in the street, that nigga shit. And there was no uproar over that. Nobody said, he's Spanish, why is he saying nigga? Nobody said nothing about that. Nobody, why? Why? Because he's our people. He's a nigga himself. He's a Spanish-speaking nigga. That's it. And they know that, man. That's why Latin Kings and Bloods, there was a lot of beef, but there's a lot of, connection there too. Yep. Let's go.
It says, turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee.
Right. Most times gonna render double to the wicked, man. Meaning judgment, man. Judgment is coming to America, man. All right? If you don't want to get down with the program that we displaying, hey, man, look, Yahawashi is the architect. We're just laying it out. We're the constructs, if you will. We're the construction workers, man. All right?
What the page say, GMS Heralds, man. We're the
Yahweh's Heralds.
Yahweh's Heralds, yeah. We're nothing but messengers,
That's it.
That's it. You got a problem with the message, take it up with the Heavenly Father, man.
Well, you don't want to do that. You got to take it up with us. And then you still gonna lose. You gonna lose. In every aspect. Straight like that, man. Because the scripture says what? That my servants shall not be removed into a corner anymore. All right? We living in a time where the fishers are gonna turn to hunters, man. All right? We ain't meditating this terror for no reason. All right?
Verse 13, it says, when I have been...
Salaki, this is the winning season, man. You had teams, you got, like for instance, the Boston Red Sox, use them for example. They didn't win a World Series since like 1908. And then by the time it was like 2004, they got on a winning streak. Why? But in between that 96 years, they was known for just losing. All right? But now they're not all that no more, but all in all, they're a threat. You ain't gonna just come on the field and just watch the Boston Red Sox. It ain't gonna happen. That's similar to how we are. Israel we've been losing. We've been losing, man. We've been catching L's since. Man, listen, man. If you really get technical, you're going back. Fuck, man. A long time, man. I just say that. Thousands of years, man.
Since Solomon died.
Well, you know, there was some winners after Solomon. You know, there was some kingdoms that were righteous, man. You know, even in the Greeks, Simon Maccabees, there was some. It might not have been Simon, but it was I think it was Jonathan. Jonathan, he was a great ruler. There was beasts during the time of Jonathan, man. You know, and then you had some sons that did right by the Lord, man. Jehu, King Jehu, he did right by the Lord, man. You know. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, when I have bent Judah for me, fill the bow of Ephraim, and raise up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man. And the Lord shall be seen over them, and his arrow shall go forth as the lightnings. And the Lord power shall blow the trumpet, and shall go with whirlwinds of the south.
Go into it.
Yeah, it says, when I have bent Judah for me, fill the bow of Ephraim, and raise up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece.
That's right. Who's the sons of Greece? Right? The he-goat. Yeah, the infamous. Right. The real mob.
Yep.
You know? Go ahead.
Deception.
Go ahead. Shema, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 54:17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn.
Right.
This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord.
Yeah, that's right. This is the heritage, and this is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, man. Who's the servants? The prophets. And the heritage is something that was actually given unto you, man, and an actual inheritance. You know? Something that was given, man. That what? That we would be protected, man. The righteous was always protected, man. Even when you read during the time of Nebuchadnezzar, there was always a remnant. You always had a remnant, man. Someone that escaped and flee judgment. All right? You had the three holy children, man. They were thrown into the fiery furnace, or the three holy sons, if you will. They were thrown into the fiery furnace, and they were delivered out of that. And guess who showed up? All right? That same spirit we depend on to show up in the new age, man. All right? Whatever brothers got.
You want me to get that count?
Go ahead.
Yeah, count. That was sharing, me sharing. Yeah, count.
Let me bring this out real fast. This is Proverbs 21:15. It is joy to the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity.
That's
you
right.
know, it's joyful for us to actually do righteousness. You know, to see judgment being cast out onto these wicked people that work with iniquity. You know, destruction.
Go ahead, bring what you got.
Yeah, count.
Hold on, you know what? Hold that. Bring that up.
Yeah, Psalms 58 verse 10, it says, Psalms 58 verse 10, it says, the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance, he shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
Yeah, the righteous shall rejoice, man. It's party. It's soon to be party time, man. You know, hey, Shema, you know that, go to Benjamin and, Genesis 49.
Finish this real quick.
Yep.
Verse 11, it says, so that a man shall say, verily, there is a reward for the righteous.
See?
Verily, he is a power that judgeth the earth.
Yeah, verily or truly, man. Truly, surely, con.
Israelite, don't call me black no more.
See, look, that's Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, see? That's Jake. See?
Okay, we woke up, Brody.
See? Hey, he said what?
We woke up, Brody.
Yeah, see, see, it's a lingo now. It's a lingo now, man. You make it with the but we laughing and all that, but hey, there's a price that comes with this, man. You know? Exactly. You know? They don't know what they are. It ain't this a cool thing to be an Israelite. That's right.
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
That's right. Well, that's if you want to serve the Lord.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You got Israelites out there that know that they're Israelite, but they are serving the Lord. They don't want to see that temptation. But when that temptation arises, I don't want to do this. I don't know what they're into.
Hey, and the scriptures say, if you know the will and you don't do it, you're going to receive stripes.
Yeah. That's in James. You got that, James? Go ahead.
It's I got one in Luke.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Luke 12:47. And that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required, and to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more.
That's right. Go into it.
Much is given, much is required. You know, the servant that knew the Lord's will and didn't do accordingly is going to be beaten with many stripes.
Yeah, so you know, he knows he's an Israelite. He knows the laws, the statutes, the commandments. I mean, that's if he knows it, but it's still he knows he's an Israelite, so he's supposed to dig and do that research as far as, you know, what he has to do to be an actual Israelite, the laws, the statutes, and commandments. So therefore, you know, he's going to be beaten with stripes because he knew, you know. And I'm pretty sure he went on YouTube and he's woken up and he went into certain things to actually, you know, oh shit, I'm an Israelite, you know. And we woke up, bro. That's what he said, you know. So I'm pretty sure he ran into other things on YouTube, and because they be all over YouTube watching Kendrick Lamar's videos and stuff like that. So hey, man, you know, Jake, you want to play that fashion role and be an Israelite, man? You're going to have to play that fashion role when it's time for that butt whooping to come. Because it's not pretty, you know, when you're drinking the dregs of the Yahawashi, man.
Esau gonna want to kill everything Israel, man.
Yep.
Even if you say you in Israel, put it on YouTube, you know.
Do you understand that you just labeled yourself on Project Megiddo, the War of Armageddon?
If I may, you know, they call themselves Israelites, you know, but they don't know that being an Israelite is more so an action word, if you will, you know, because the scriptures talk about pretty much if the man don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, he's going to be cast out as a heathen man, you know. If you don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, you're pretty much a heathen.
Yeah.
You know.
You don't come up under the order. Look at this. Get that madness. This guy, he got a cross the street over here to the right. He got a pink turban on. This place is done. Look, even if they try to keep their culture, it's all tarnished. A pink fucking turban. That's like an Israelite. You know, you come in, you know your laws, you know the scriptures, you know the laws, statutes, commandments. You wear pink and shit.
Yeah, man. Everything in this society is effeminized, man. You know, because he's under that Babylonian juice, man. He's drunk. Like the scriptures say, they're drunk, but not with wine.
Yeah.
You know, he's drunk with that philosophy of Babylon. You know, these heathen nations, man. You know, but back on the topic of our people, you know, calling themselves Israelites, you know, they don't know what comes with that. So now that you call yourself an Israelite, you're accounted for that. You know, and you're gonna be beaten with many stripes if you don't follow after the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. You know, more so have faith in the true and living power. You know.
You mark yourself by calling yourself an Israelite.
Yeah.
You make yourself a target, you know?
Right.
You're offended for speaking the word.
Right. And bring that out, James.
This is James 5:17. Elias was a man. Elias was a man subject to like passions as we are. And he prayed earnestly that it might not rain, and it rained not. This is James 5:17. Elias was a man subject to like passions.
James 5:17?
Yeah.
4:17. My bad.
All right, come. This is James 4:17. Therefore to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin.
Right. That's right. So knowing you're an Israelite, and you're supposed to do everything in your power to do what? To try to wake up the people, right? What's the point of being woke? You don't try to wake everybody else up. You know? That's the man that sat on them pounds. You know? He sat on them talents. You know? And that goes for any and everything, man. You know better, you should do better. All right?
This is Sirach, chapter 17, verse 10. And the elect shall praise his holy name. Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance. So you knowing that you are Israelite, you know, comes with that law of life. You following after the law, statutes, and commandments, you know, because that's our heritage, you know. It's not our heritage for us to be calling ourselves Israelites and then still eating pork, still committing adultery, still doing things of the world, you know. You gotta fully be devoted, you know, fully persuaded in your mind, you know, that he is, you know, Yahawashi is the true and living power, you know, and praise that power. You know, the scriptures say, what is love? The law, statutes, and commandments. You know, and more so, having faith. You know, having faith in Yahawashi.
Done.
Yeah, that was it.
This is 2nd Esdras 16, verse 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as a gold in the fire. So, I mean, if you call yourself an Israelite, the Lord is telling you right now what comes with that. The devil is going to come upon you, and you're going to be tried. Like it says, as gold is tried in the fire, so is acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Right.
This comes with adversity.
Yeah, because knowing that you're an Israelite, you know about Israel, right? What you know about Esau? All right, a lot of people talking about Israel. You know about Esau? You know who Esau is? All right? Because adversity deals with the adversary, all right? Which is another word for adversary is what? Satan. All right, so who's Satan? What's the point of knowing all good? You don't know who evil is or what evil is. All right?
Yeah, Revelations 12 and 11. It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
All right, close it up.
Yeah, so, you know, hey, we're going to overcome through the blood of Yahawashi by this testimony. If you declare yourself an Israelite, you're going to have to stand for this testimony, man, of Yahawashi. And the devil, Esau, is going to come down with great wrath, because he know, man, this is his time. His time is up. You know? And with that, we give all praises to Yahawashi, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salute the brothers that's doing the work. Keep on doing the work. Shalom.
Shalom.
Let's roll. How you doing?